The most important thing to, one, enjoy your life, to be productive, to have good habits, is absolutely rest. The problem we have today is we push and push and push ourselves. We pressure ourselves to get things done. We have systems to track what we do and what we've accomplished each day. We feel guilty when we're not being productive. We compare ourselves to other people that are either more disciplined, more successful, more famous than us. There's this constant squeezing of our being that makes us feel like who we are is not good enough. And in order to have the life you want, you've got to prioritize time for you to recharge your battery. Just like our phones need regular top-ups, need full recharges overnight, our brains, our bodies, our being are screaming and crying out for that. And we just overload ourselves with too much technology, not enough nature, too much mental stimulation, information overload, and it just really drains us. And then we can't understand why we're depressed, why we're unhappy, why we're stressed, why we're anxious, why we don't have a pep to our step. And our culture, our society, especially Western culture, has such material wealth and abundance, and yet so many people are so unhappy. And we force ourselves to be something that is not really natural. It's not natural to stare at a computer 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a day. It's not natural to be sitting for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a day. It's not natural to be isolated and not connected with people and using screens as a substitute. It's not natural to be disconnected with nature. All of these things, and it's not natural to eat the foods that we eat. And all of these things, maybe taking them isolated, okay, if I stare at a screen too long, but I'm out in nature, I exercise, I eat well, I sleep well, it's not going to have, maybe as a dramatic effect, it's still going to have an effect. But when you combine all those things together, you become like butter in the sun. You just kind of melt. Your positivity or optimism declines. Your enthusiasm declines. And what we then try to do is try to force ourselves to get things back on track, to be more productive, read more books, find a new to-do app that's going to make us more productive. I've been through all of these things. And it's a vicious cycle. And the most important thing, what I really try to emphasize with clients that I coach, is it's a lifestyle. What we want is a lifestyle that, as a byproduct, success or productivity or good habits comes out of that. It's not the main focus that I have to do these things, because the moment you start adding pressure to things that you want to accomplish, you know what happens? You just don't want to do them. You start feeling resentment. And I'll start saying, I'm going to do something. I'm going to read and study 2 hours a day. And I'll be hitting that goal and I'll be successful at it. And then suddenly something cracks. And then I have this resistance to a goal that I actually enjoyed, versus saying, I enjoy the process of reading. I find it relaxing. For me, it helps me with my coaching and clients, keeping up my knowledge. And when I force myself to do it, that's when I don't want to do it. And I noticed this with clients. When I first started coaching, I was very adamant about really helping them succeed and stay consistent with their habits, and we would track them and there would be accountability. And what I would notice that it's not sustainable. We are human beings. We have ups, we have downs, and we cannot, it's very challenging. I'm not saying nobody can do it, but it's very challenging to stay consistent with something over a long period of time because life happens. We either get sick, we have friends or family coming to visit, or we just lose our desire or motivation. And when that happens, we feel like we failed. And there's nothing better than incorporating a habit where you feel like, I want to do this. I enjoy this. It makes me feel good. I look forward to doing this. And that's through creating a lifestyle that supports your habit. And for an example, I've really been wanting to walk. For many years, I really wanted to walk consistent and hit the 10,000 steps. And I just couldn't consistently do it. You know what? I got a dog, and I have 2.5, almost 3 years probably now of walking about 5 miles, 10,000 steps pretty much every day. Now, there are definitely days that I miss. And when the lifestyle supports what you want to do, because that dog needs to be walked, it makes it so much easier. And in that, also, it allows me to be connected with nature. Listening to the birds sing, watching the trees, smelling the fresh air, having the sunlight beat down on me. It's all getting that vitamin D. All of these things are not because I said, oh, I have to go do my 10,000 steps and I have to go walk today, which is a burden and again is pressure. And we can do this with a lot of things. For example, some of my clients struggle with socializing. And one of the things is to find something that you enjoy, that socializing is built into it. Now, maybe they have social anxiety and they're a little bit nervous. So join a group, pick up a hobby. There's things like game clubs where you go around and people meet together and they play board games. And the focus is not on that social interaction. And that's just something you do on a weekly basis or once a month or whatever. Or I've been involved in hiking clubs. And that's something that it didn't feel like, oh, I have to go set a goal to meet other people. It's just, hey, this is something that I enjoy doing, and I'm going to meet people as a benefit. Other my clients have had great success with things like CrossFit and joining a fitness club. And so when you start setting up your life around the things, finding creative ways to want to do the things, you're going to be a lot more successful. And in addition to that is just allow yourself to be unproductive. And that will give you the opportunity to recharge your batteries so you're ready to go back out and do these things that you want to do. I'm a huge fan of naps. Sometimes I'll take 2 or 3 naps a day, and they're about 20 to 30 minutes max. So it's not really going to affect my nighttime sleep. I don't take it too late in the evening, and it's just enough to top me off. And most of the time I don't feel too groggy, and it's just something I'm like ready to get back and do the things that I want to do for the day after the nap. And I find that if I don't take a nap, I'm more prone to eating less healthy food. I'm more prone to mindlessly surfing the internet. And then after taking the nap, again, it's the batteries recharge, and I don't have to rely so much on self-discipline and willpower. Screens are a huge issue in technology and the internet and video games and social media are a huge issue with a lot of my clients. And one of the things that I really recommend is have it structured. So if there's a movie you want to watch, or you want to be on Facebook, have a set goal, have a fixed time. Okay, I'm going to be on Facebook for 20 minutes. Set a little timer on your watch, your phone, and then that's it. Or set a window, okay, from this time, from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. I can be on the internet, or if from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m., whatever it is you need. But it's really important to create some barriers around the things that pull us away from having a much higher quality of life. Because when you're staring at screens too much, you're not going to be motivated to go out and exercise. You're not going to be motivated to go out and socialize or engage in a hobby. You're not going to be motivated to get as good sleep. You're going to feel, when I talk about the butter in the sun, when I'm on the screens too long, I just feel like I don't feel good. My body, my mind, it just doesn't feel good. So in small doses, okay, but that's not a real effective way to recharge your battery. Other things you can do is just go to a park and sit on a bench. Do some meditation, do some deep breathing, listening to some relaxing, soothing music. Endel, Endel, is a great app that plays different types of music based on what you're currently doing. And it's just kind of just taking that plug out of your brain and letting your brain just be, just even staring at a wall. Sometimes just staring at a wall will really help me to recharge my battery. Even though initially I'm feeling that impulse, I got to do something. I want to pick up my phone, or I want to go out, or I want to go on the internet, or whatever it is. And you just allow that, like a snow globe, allow that dust to settle, and you start actually enjoying it. It's like a massage for the brain. And we really, really need that. We need that stillness. We need that silence. Our mind and body is just craving it. And then it allows you to be more productive and to get the things that you want to do. But this harsh inner critic that constantly whips us, telling we need to do better, we're not doing enough, we're not productive enough, we're not good enough, it kills the spirit. We think it's an effective way to motivate ourselves, or if I punish myself, then I don't feel as guilty about engaging in addictions, whatever those addictions might be, even if it's, technology addiction, food addiction. And when you just allow yourself to be bored, I guess that's really the simplest way to say it. We don't allow ourselves to be bored. And being bored allows our mind to create new ideas, to recharge, to refresh, to not need constant stimulation. We're just overstimulated. If any of you have ever gone camping for an extended period of time, it's incredible what it does to your whole being. You just, that constant low-level hum of anxiety and stress and pressure, it just dissipates. You just feel a sense of calm. And that's the problem. It's not, a pill is not the only solution. That there are other things that we can do in order, for some people, yes, that might be the solution that's needed for you. I'm just like, let's try a healthy, simple, minimalistic lifestyle that we enjoy. And what is most important? What is it that we really all seek? We chase things like fame, money, looks, the perfect body. We chase these things because we want to be loved. We want to be accepted. We want to be valued. And there's other ways to do it by just having a good heart and being a good person. And what we really crave is social connections, feeling like we are a part of a group and we're contributing in the group, or we're being valued by a group, and you don't need riches or fame for that. What else we want is to take care of, to feel healthy. We want to feel good. We want to feel good in our bodies. We want to feel the benefits of exercise, what it does to our mental cognition, what it does to our energy levels, what it does to our happiness. We want to feel like we're growing. So excelling in something, whether that's excelling in a hobby, excelling in a career, working on our spiritual growth, our psychological growth, our mental health, really important. And we want to feel like we have a purpose. A lot of my clients who really struggle, they don't have anything that they wake up in the morning and go, I really look forward to this. Most people don't like their jobs, and that is absolutely essential. If you don't like your job, one, you start working on building a skill set to find a new job, but find something that makes your job worthwhile. Like when I was in New Zealand, they said, Americans live to work, and here we work to live. I just love that. And finding hobbies and things that are fun, whether it's going out on hikes, whether it's learning how to woodwork, whether it's learning how to paint and draw, whether it's learning nature, survival skills, whether it's just being part of a community, playing a musical instrument. There are so many options. If you Google Wikipedia list of hobbies, it has a list broken down to indoor and outdoor hobbies. It's so important to play. We are so brainwashed, productivity, work, pressure, that we have neglected what is absolutely essential to our mental and physical health. And you have to just ask yourself, what is your value system? What's most important to you? And for me, it's freedom. I will take freedom over giving away my time and freedom of choice on what I can or cannot do in order to get a paycheck, a big paycheck. I would rather have that as one of my core principles that guides my life, being able to freely do what I want to do and spend my time how I want to spend. And it's important that we all have that clearly defined. Asking yourself, what is my purpose for waking up in the morning, and how can I take care of myself throughout the day in order to rejuvenate and recharge? Thank you very much for listening. Please post your comments on what your purpose is, how you rest and rejuvenate and recharge throughout the day. And if you'd like very affordable life coaching, it's done through video. My email is in the description. If you'd like to help and donate and support the channel, there's a PayPal link. And for all my long-term subscribers, thanks for hanging in there and sticking with the channel. I hope you enjoy the video, and until next time, thanks. Bye-bye.